Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dela Rahmawati. I'm from Class C Grammar in Spoken Discourse class. Here, I'm going to tell you about my learning experience in Grammar in Spoken Discourse class during one semester. Okay, I start from the first meeting. At the first meeting, my lecturer told about the syllabus of Grammar in Spoken Discourse class for one semester. And in the second meeting, I learned about features of spoken English. In this meeting, the lecturer explained the entire features of spoken English briefly. In addition, the lecturer also divided students into 12 groups. Every group should make poster presentation about features of spoken English. And each group has a different features of spoken English that should be presented in the next meeting. Besides that, at this meeting, my lecturer demanded the student to make an Edmodo account to submit the reflective journal of grammar in spoken discourse class, which must be submitted in every week. And there are my reflective journal that I have already submitted in Edmodo. And the next, for the group work, I got group 4 and I should make poster presentation about fillers and back channels. Okay, and the next meeting, I with my group presented our poster presentation, and Alhamdulillah my group got positive feedback from my lecturer. Furthermore, my lecturer asked the student to make reflective journal and should be submitted in Edmodo. At the reflective journal, I told that I felt nervous in the first presentations, but in the second, third, and fourth presentation, I really enjoy my performance. During my group was doing presentation, I was happy because the visitors really pay attention to my group presentations and they gave good feedback for us. They were interactive, they asked me questions and I could answer that. They also showed that they understood with my explanation and I very satisfied with that. But sometimes I was not confident with my performance because I feel that my English speaking is not good. And for the fourth meeting, I have a role as a visitor, and the material were presented by my friends in this meeting are discourse marker, quotation tag, quotative expression, and phrasal chunks. So I listened the presentation from my friends and I made note taking. And I did those activities again in the fifth meetings because in this meeting still doing presentation and I still became a visitor, and I did not forget to submit the fourth and fifth meeting reflective journals at Edmodo. And for the sixth meeting, I still learn about features of spoken English. There are several features of spoken English that I got from the explanation of my lecturer, such as heads and tails, discourse markers, fillers and back channels, and so on and so forth. And at this meeting, my lecturer reviewed the materials about that which had we got from two previous meetings, and seeing that we still did not understand well about the materials, so the teachers re-explained again all of them. And my activities in the class, I listened the lecturer explanation and I note important things through I read again in the home. After that, the student tried to analyze features of spoken English from the Ellen talk show. And in this meeting, I got the assignment to analyze spoken features and transcribe conversation between Sophia Vergara with Ellen on Ellen talk show. And at the 8th meeting, I learned about modality. However, at that time was focused on learning modal auxiliaries. I like the activity of the 8 meetings because that was fun activities, and the activity is students came forward and answers the question which given by the lecturers. I think that activity did not make the student boring because we did not only listen to the lecturer explanation, but there was activity that we did. And at the 9th meeting, I learned about persuasive speech. The assignment, I with my group should make persuasive speech, and it should be uploaded on YouTube. And here the snippet of my group persuasive speech about plastic surgery.
And I'm Dela Rahmawati. We would like to explain our opinion about plastic surgery.
And after I learned about persuasive speech, I learned about argumentative speech. And in this section, I had a task to make an argumentative essay with the theme, the world would be more peaceful without religions. This is the outline and the draft of my group persuasive essay. Actually, I felt that this theme little bit hard for me because I difficult to find evidence that believe that the world would be more peaceful without religions. However, I felt easy to find out the evidence that say world would be more peaceful with religions because I could take the evidence from the Al-Quran. Finally, I came to the final meetings, and in this meeting my lecturer talked about final project, and this meeting terminated by photo session all of the students of this course. So that's all my experience in grammar in spoken discourse class. I hope I get implemented my knowledge in my future life.